The Terror Hotel presents 3 true Reddit horror stories. I'm your host, Headless James. Now let's get right into this. My Psycho Neighbor, submitted by The Green Raven 22. So this isn't really my story. I was only 2 years old at the time of the following event. So my neighborhood is a weird shape. It goes off a main road into what would be a cul-de-sac, but at the circle end splits off into another cul-de-sac. Halfway down this road it splits off into another road and ends. I will not be disclosing which road I live on, and I don't know which house the neighbor in question lived in. There was an empty, abandoned house in the immediate area. So the story goes that the husband of 2 children, along with his wife and mother-in-law, lived in the neighborhood. For unknown reasons, the husband stabbed his mother-in-law in the neck and killed her. He then proceeded to attack his family. The wife was injured but managed to flee with the children to our house. My parents let them in, and my dad grabbed his police gun, and my mother called the police on duty. The husband never chased them, however, and was arrested and successfully charged with the murder. I don't know what happened to any members of the family after that. So Mr. Psycho Neighbor, let's never meet again. Number 2. Scary Creatures Late at Night, submitted by Dank Doggos 84. I was on vacation with my parents. We were in a hotel and everyone had gone to sleep except for me. I was playing Pokemon Ultra Moon when above me I saw a cat. Nothing weird about what it looked like, but what it was doing was the weird part. It just walked on air like it was acting like it was walking, but it was at the top of the hotel room, inches away from the ceiling. Then it went through the wall. Then after it went through the wall, I hid under the covers until I fell asleep. My one and only paranormal experience, submitted by an anonymous source. One night, my then boyfriend, now husband, and I decided to take a little trip to Reno for a night. Kind of a getaway from our boring little town a few hours away. We checked into our hotel and began a nice night of drinking, partying, and gambling. Eventually the partying, we took a few pills that we got from a friend, got the best of us, and we headed up to our room for the night. I had a hard time sleeping since it felt like the sheets were made of sandpaper. Just a side effect of our earlier fun. But at one point, I remember waking up a bit dazed, still, and seeing a very tall black figure in the corner of the room where the window and wall came to a corner. The curtains went from the ceiling to the floor and almost all the way to the wall. I figured that it was just the wind moving the curtain around, even though the figure seemed to be much darker. I just went back to sleep because I couldn't remember if either of us opened the window before bed, and it was probably just the drinks and pills playing tricks on me. Fast forward about 6 months later. I am now 6 months pregnant with our son at this point. After watching a top 10 scary ghost sightings on YouTube together, I brought up the night to my boyfriend. I finally told him what I saw that night. I had never mentioned it to anyone. He told me that he actually saw the same thing, and even tried to wake me up because it freaked him out, but I wouldn't wake up. This has by far been the creepiest thing I have ever experienced. Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you would like to stay for all eternity in the Terror Hotel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that we can always make sure that you know when the new stories are released. If you enjoyed any of the stories here today, don't be afraid to check out the original posts linked in the description down below, along with the official Terror Hotel Twitter account and Reddit. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and good luck sleeping.